Built on the Theta Premium platform and based on the Provoque concept, the Cadillac SRX mid-range crossover turned out to be much more popular than its predecessor, but it never gained real market success. But what is considered a success? In America, in its homeland, the SRX was sold in the tens of thousands a year. This is not too much for the US, but for Cadillac, the most prestigious brand in the New World, the figure is not bad. And again, a caveat needs to be made. It is clear that Cadillac is no longer the same, and the SRX is in many ways not such a caddy as we imagine this brand to be. This is because after the generational change, the crossover has become overly European. He's slowed down in the waist, but also in the shoulders, added sportiness in turns, but lost a bit of comfort, gained a lot of electronics, but the build quality and the cost of finishing materials remained American. In addition, powerful motors raised the transport tax to 40,000 rubles per year, and after all, a person who can afford a Cadillac, as a rule, knows how to count money well. In a word, in Russia the crossover was sold very badly, literally several hundred a year. True, in 2012 there was another restyling, and our market accepted this model better, but we will talk about the second generation of 2010 to 2013. The failure statistics of the 2010 to 2013 Cadillac SRX, which is not rich in the number of hits, captivates with its brightness and even originality. For example, replacing the cardan shaft at 60,000 kilometers. This cannot be explained by unsuccessful refueling or bad roads. And what about the constant, almost 100%, according to the statistics of the service station, glitches of the onboard computer interface? The owners are pestered by the reset of the language settings and, in general, the constant change of modes to those that are nicer to the computer itself. And also a key, or rather, a transponder key fob, since the Caddy has keyless entry and push-button start. So, this key fob stops working if you lie down in the cold. Even changing the batteries doesn't help. But you won't start, you won't close. The original all-wheel drive solution, when there are two clutches in the rear axle at once, is fraught with twice the probability of failure. One clutch is the usual Haldex connecting the bridge, and the second is a multi-plate electronic mechanical differential lock. Such a complex design is designed to improve not cross-country ability, as we would like, but controllability, in particular, trajectory stability, which, however, is also not bad. And the panoramic roof sooner or later starts to leak, and if the roads are bad, then even dig in, by the scruff of the neck. The main engine for the Cadillac SRX is the 3.0 V6 LF1 high-feature series. The engine with a working volume of 2,997 cubic centimeters is equipped with direct fuel injection, a variable valve timing system, and an intake tract of variable length. The collapse of the cylinder block corresponds to 60 degrees. Since 2010, on the SRX crossover, the engine has produced 269 horsepower and 301 Newton-meters of torque, and only in 2013 for the Russian market it was significantly deformed to 249 horsepower. To enter into the tax, the motor is quite reliable, works fine on both 92nd and 98th gasoline, consuming up to 20 liters per 100 in the city. It pulls confidently, accelerating a 2-ton car to 100 km/h in just over 8 seconds. The top engine is also a V6, but with a volume of 3,542 cubic centimeters, a power of 318 horsepower, and 360 Newton-meters of torque. An interesting solution is a composite, that is, in fact, a plastic intake manifold. The motor is also not capricious. Serial failures of the owners are not upsetting, but more sensitive to fuel quality. With both motors they put a 6-speed automatic. The box is not the most modern and does not like the constant, sporty ride too much. He reports his dissatisfaction with jerks when switching. However, the matter does not go further than this, and if you change the driving style, then everything returns to normal. A visit to the service, as a rule, does not lead to anything, since neither the scanner nor the master can find faults. And they will still take money for diagnostics. Worse, if the box is not just pushed, but also delays switching. Here you can get at least an oil change with the filter. Well, the same diagnostics. By the way, a cardan shaft with broken hinges, as a rule, is changed by those who complain about the box. The reason on the surface is a sporty, overly harsh driving style. Interestingly, this does not significantly affect the suspension. Completely independent, she does not like shear waves that fall into resonance. It can creak in winter and tap in the heat. Diagnostics usually does not show anything, although not so long ago there was a service campaign specifically for the suspension. Due to insufficiently tightened parts of the rear suspension, various troubles could happen. The defect was identified at the production stage, the operation was changed, and about 4,000 vehicles were included in the list of service actions. Not all cars are equipped with a magnetic suspension with variable damper stiffness. The base equipment was equipped with a regular one. But, as I said, there were no special problems with either one or the other. To be honest, the Cadillac SRX is chosen not for its outstanding dynamics and handling, not for its luxurious interior and comfortable suspension, but above all for its appearance, individuality, and style. And it is right. In the second or third winter, the charm of this provocateur may somewhat disappear along with the chrome peeling off the discs and handles, but these are trifles. After all, once you look into his huge eyes, feel the electrification of the sparkling faces, catch the swift impulse of the silhouette, and it will be impossible to look away.